failed CELPIP reading, that's because you're preparing for it wrong. My team and I prepare hundreds of students for CELPIP, and we noticed that many of them do the same mistakes. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you 7 things that they do wrong, that they do not do or do wrong, which led them to fail their CELPIP reading test. And the good thing, if you're preparing for CELPIP right now, you may look at these mistakes and check yourself if you're making them or not. So let's imagine this situation, how most of the people prepare for CELPIP reading. They are doing the test, they did the test, and then they check their score and they move to the next one. And here this mistake happens. They don't analyze their mistakes. So they just jump to the other test, to another test without improving. And it's not practicing, it's not studying, it's just checking your level, yeah, it's just checking, like doing the test. But you do it in the real test, and while practicing, while preparing for CELPIP, you need to improve, yeah, you need to analyze your mistakes. Improvement comes from understanding why an answer was wrong. Students should ask, did I misunderstand the question? Did I miss a synonym? Did I rush? And this analysis helps avoid repeating the same mistakes. The next thing is practicing without understanding the question types. Yes, there like lots of people, they just go to the test without even understanding, without knowing the format, without practicing the format. Also, lots of people do the random practice test without learning the structure of the reading section. And in CELPIP there are specific question patterns: vocabulary in context, questions that check vocabulary in context, inference questions, detail questions, opinion attitude questions, paragraph matching. And when students don't recognize this pattern, they waste time rereading the entire passage because they do not know what to look for. If it is the opinion or attitude question, yeah, if it is the detail question, there are different types of questions. By reading the question, your task is to understand what this question is asking and to be able to find the right answer in the text. The next one is reading the entire passage slowly. Many students believe they must read every word carefully first and understand the text, translate it to their own language, yeah, to understand it. And this causes 2 problems. They run out of time and they forget where information is located. Because in CELPIP you have limited amount of time and you cannot just read, like relax, and read the whole text, enjoy it, understand it, translate it, and then go to the questions. No. CELPIP reading is designed for scanning and locating information. And the better strategy would be read the question first, identify keywords in the question, scan the passage for those keywords or synonyms. And in this way, you will be able to find the answers quicker and answer the task correctly and save your time. The next mistake is ignoring synonyms. CELPIP rarely repeats the exact same words from the questions. They use like the paraphrases, the synonyms. For example, the question is, why did the company cancel the event? And the text will be the following. The organization decided to call off the gathering due to low attendance. The common mistake here is students searching for cancel. They may miss the right one. The right phrase will be call off. Yeah, these are synonyms. And the better strategy here would be train yourself to recognize synonyms and paraphrases. The clue here is to, when you read in the question, you can paraphrase it, try to paraphrase it, or try to come up with the synonyms that they should be like predict the synonyms, the words, the paraphrasing, how this question, how the information, these words could be paraphrased in the text. We discussed this in the video for reading task 3. We can give some clues here. You can watch it next, like after this one. The next mistake is not double checking. Many students just choose the first answer that looks correct. CELPIP questions often include 1 correct answer, 2 partially correct answers, and 1 clearly wrong answer. And students who don't double check options, they just fall into this trap. And the better strategy would be to ask yourself, which answers are clearly incorrect? and which one is fully supported by the text. I always recommend my students to double check this information in the text, because the information should be the same. It would be paraphrased, it would be in different words using synonyms, but it would be the same. The information would be the same, and your task is to double check and find the same information but in different words. The next mistake is spending too much time on one question. Sometimes students spend like 2-3 minutes on a single question, but that can destroy their timing for the rest of the section. The better strategy would be, if you cannot find the answer in 40-50 seconds, you can make your best guess, or you can mark the question, or you can move on. You can return later if there is enough time, or you can just make your best guess, and hope that it will be the right answer. But do not concentrate on one question more than a minute, because the time is limited and you need to be able to answer all the questions in time. The next mistake is not practicing under real-time pressure. Many students, they practice slowly at home, or they even can print the text and then do it on paper, or they can practice, they can read the whole text, translate it and so on. So they practice slowly, they read slowly without the timer, but then they fail, and then they fail on the real test because of the time pressure, because they see the timer there and they cannot do the test in time. The better strategy here would be practice with real timing. Simulate the full reading section, avoid pauses, train speed and accuracy together. So every time when you do the reading test, when you practice, you do it with the timer. The same amount of time as would be at the real test. Only in this way you'll train yourself to solve the test in time. That was the last mistake. I know that reading could be hard, but if you fix all of these mistakes, by the way, leave a comment how many mistakes are you making when you're preparing for CELPIP reading. Are you making any of these mistakes that we mentioned about in this video? And if you catch yourself making any of these things, please, you can improve, you can fix it while you're preparing for CELPIP if you haven't already taken the test. So please fix these mistakes and prepare consciously for your next CELPIP test. And if you need help with your CELPIP preparation journey, I have a course, like the full course, or you can purchase only the reading section. I will leave the link to our website below this video. Please check it out if you need help with your CELPIP preparation. And I wish you guys luck in your CELPIP exam. Take care. See you in the next videos.